Back to section 9.1 of Math 155. In this lecture video, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about percent increase and percent decrease. So I got this formula, something called the percentage increase. Percentage increase is always depends on the amount of increase divided by the original. Now I added this word right here, but it's for the third example here we have. So basically, the original is referring to the number that will increase from. So percent of decrease is the amount of decrease divided by the original, which that original is referring to where we are decreasing from. Okay, decreasing means decrease from, that should be a higher number going downward. Increase from means lower number going back up. So percent of decrease and increase is a very, very common problem. Every time when we buy something low, sell it high, then that is a percent of increase problem. Okay, very, very common. Okay, it's not dirty, anything like that. It's just the way how we do business. And it's, in terms of selling, because it makes no sense to sell a product that is equal to the amount that you're paying for it, because you're not making any profit. Okay, so let's take a look at how we can use this two formula. The average price of a certain model of boat in 1993 was $17,500. Now, in 2013, the average price of the boat become $27,300. So what is the percent increase? So in order to find the percent increase, I need to find the amount of increase. So percent increase, percent is a part. So to find the percent increase, I need to first find out what's my amount of increase. Okay, so what's my increase? Well, all I need to do is to take my 27,300 minus what it was worth back in 1993, 17,500. So now the boat has increased in value of $9,800. So that will be my amount of increase. All right, divided by what I'm increased from. My original, I'm increased from 17,500. So that's the number I'm dividing. All right, to turn into a percent, we times 100. So if we divide and times 100, that will actually be exactly 56%. Okay, so if I take 9800 divided by 17,500, then make sure I times 100, so that will become 56%. All right, so this 56% means 56% of increase. All righty, let's take a look at this example. Very interesting little problem. During last year, the value of my car depreciated by 10%. Okay, if the value of my car is $17,000 today, okay, then what was the value of my car 1 year ago? So that means a 10% depreciation. Let me put it right here. 10% depreciation means my car still holds what? Still holds 90%, right? I'm still holding 90% of last year value. All right. So basically what it's saying is today, when my car is $17,000, is still worth $17,000 because I'm still holding what? Holding 90% of it, of the last year's value. So right now my $17,000, so 90% of last year is what my car is worth right now, $17,000. Okay, because it depreciated 10% from last year. So that means it still holds 90% of the value last year. So 90% of the value last year means 0.9 times x, which is what my car is worth today, because my car is already what my car is. This $17,000 is already after 10% depreciation, which is still hold 90% of value. So all I have to do for this problem is divide both sides by 0.9. Okay, so this is a lot like the problem that we did in the previous video with the store is having 10%. Okay, it's a lot like this. It's very much like the 10% off sale. Okay, still holds 90% of the value from last year. So 17,000 divided by 0.9. So my last year value was $18,888, and round to near cents, that would be 0.89. All right. Now this problem on your homework is very strange. It says the value of a stock investment decreased by 90% after the stock market crash. What percent increase? So this problem is looking for a percent increase in value should the stock have to rise in order to return to the value they were before the stock market crash. So basically what it's saying is, okay, whatever the value of my stock is, okay, whatever that is, I decreased 29%. All right, so let's say X is going to be whatever the original stock value is. Okay, so if I'm decreasing by 29%, that means my amount of decrease got to be 29% is 0.29 times X amount of dollar that was, that what I was, my original stock value was. So if my original stock value, for example, okay, is $1,000. So if I lost 29% of the value, that means I lost $290. Okay, that's what that means. That's what this X represents. This X can be any number. So the amount of decrease is based on the percent of decrease times whatever the original stock value is. So what that means is, if this is my amount of decrease, then this also got to be the amount needed to increase back. So the amount needs to increase back to the original stock value got to be the same as what was the decrease, 0.29x. Okay, remember now, this problem wants me to find the percent of increase. So as you can see, percent the increase is based on the amount of increase divided by where you increase from, then times 100. All right, so I'm going to put it right here. Okay, percent of increase is equal to amount of increase divided by where you increase from, then times 100, right? So now I'm establishing I need to increase what I just lost, which is 0.29x, so that what goes on the top. But what am I going to be increased from? Well, if you think about it, what is the amount it decreased to? The amount decreased down to, okay, I'm decreasing 0.29x, so that means the amount actually go down to got to be the original value minus what I just lost, minus 0.29x. So 1x minus 0.29x actually is 0.71x. So this is actually going to be what the money that I'm going down to. So using that $1,000 for example, okay, if my original stock value was $1,000 and I lost 29%, that means I lost $290. So that same $290 is what I need to increase back to. But what do I increase back to? So what am I increasing from? Well, if I lost $290, so that means now the stock is valued at, after the loss of $290, then the value is now $710. So this must be the amount that I will actually increase from. Okay, not 1,000, because I lost $290, so I no longer have $1,000. So now my value of the stock is at $710, for example. So that's actually what I need to increase from. So when we take the original amount minus what I lost, then this is what I'm decreased down to. So the amount decreased down to got to be the same as the amount increased from. The amount of decrease to is going to be the same as amount increase from. Okay, because this stock value X can be any number we want. So that will be 0.7 divided by what I need to increase from, which is 0.71x. And times 100. All right, so X on top, X on the bottom. In algebra, we know they can cancel each other out. So this problem is simply 0.29 divided by 0.71, then times 100. So that means I will need to increase, if I round to nearest tenth, I need to increase 40.8%. I will need to increase that many percent to go back to my original, okay, stock value X. Alrighty. So percent increase, percent decrease problem is very, very common. Okay, so I'll just quickly do 3 different kind of examples, okay, using the formula. All right, that will conclude this lecture video on percent increase and decrease in terms of algebra sense. Thank you for watching.